There's two big problems today. This is one of them. There are these two cell phones, phone A, phone B, and they're depreciating in value. Your job is to answer these questions, these 5 questions, comparing phone A and B and their depreciation. You're going to probably want to use a calculator when you're looking at a growth or decay rate, okay? So just answer the questions with your partner in your math notebook. Reminder, you can use your math notebook on section checkpoints. Let's check out these cell phones, y'all. So let's check out which one is more expensive. We've got $1,000 or we got $840. So which one was more expensive, A or B?
A.
A, because $1,000 is greater than $840. Okay, now let's look at how they change with each passing year. So from price A, I was left with 600 out of 1,000, which is 3/5 left. Or we could say we're losing 2/5. For a phone B, we're left with 630 out of 840. That is 3/4. Or a loss. This is what's left. Or a loss of 1/4. Okay, so that's going to answer number 2. Who's falling more quickly then? A or B? A. How do we know? Because 3/5 is what compared to 3/4? Yes. See, the amount left is smaller, so it's going faster. Also, if you were to like kind of connect these dots, look how much it's a little steeper. Are you guys seeing that? Okay, cool. So it's really because that 3/5 is less than 3/4. If it continues, we need to get the 4th year. So to get my 4th year, what am I going to do with the 216 there? How much is left? For phone A, how much is left each time? 3/5. So I'm going to do 216. That's year 3 times 3/5, and I get 129.6. So something like this. All right, 4, 129.6. Okay, let's go to phone B. In year 4, what's going to happen to my 354.38? 54.38 would multiply by 3/4. And year 4 is going to be 265.79. 265, somewhere around here. So 4, and I got 265.79. Nearest penny with money all the time. Great. So that takes care of number 4. Lastly, let's write the equations. So V is for phone A. So V equals, what was my initial value again for phone A? 1,000. How much is left? 3/5 each year. So there is my function. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to fix the second function if you need to. Now that you had a chance to fix it if you needed to. For phone B, what was our initial value?
840.
And what's happening to it?
0.75.
Yeah, a decay factor of 3/4 every year. So it depends on the number of years. Once you write your function, you can always check it by putting in a number. Like put 3 in for years, see what you get. If you put 3 in, you better get a 216, and you better get a 354.38. All right? You can always check your functions. One last thing to do today. I'm going to give you a card sort. It is your job to match the situation with the correct graph. Okay, so the first match I have is card 1 with card 7. You'll see it says it doubles every 4 years. So if at year 1 I was at 100, it makes sense to be year 4, 200. So this is the point I looked at to make this match. Good?
Yep.
I think you guys could actually write the functions for these if you, well, it's hard to get the value from the table sometimes. Card 2 loses a quarter. That is card 3. What I did here is if you lose a quarter, how much are you left with? 3/4. So I just took the 1,500 times 3/4, and I got 1125. I was like, hey, that looks like 1125. Cool? You probably compared it to the other one. I'm just showing you how I. Card 5. It triples every 8 years. So if I'm at 100, in 8 years, if it's triple, I should be at what?
300.
300. Look at right here. 300. So that's the point I used. It tripled over 8 years. And 6 has to be card 8. Loses 2/5. So if I'm at 1,500 and I lose 2/5, I'm left with 3/5. So I did 1,500 times 3/5, and I got 900 in the next year. So I used that point right there, 1,900, to make my match. All right. Hey, this kind of reminds me of Kabuki Week, matching day. Match cards, match outfits. Should have done it. We should have done a card sort for a math themed matching day. All right, lesson summary. When you're done, homework's in the basket. Let's go.